The world tells you, plan for failure. Keep a backup plan. Stay safe. Play small. Don't risk too much. But when Ibrahim (salam) stood before the fire, he had no plan but Allah. When Musa (salam) stood before the Red Sea, he had no strategy but Allah. When the Prophet Muhammad stood in the cave, hiding from Quraysh, with death only inches away, his plan was not weapons. His plan was La tahzan, in Allah ma'ana. Do not be sad. Allah is with us. Quran 9:40. Mindset built on anything but Allah shatters in the storm. Mindset built on Allah grows sharper the harder the winds howl. You must build a heart that does not flinch when dunya trembles. You must build a heart that smiles at the impossible because you know the impossible belongs to Allah, and He only says, kun, and it is. Quran 2:117. The battlefield is not your circumstance. The battlefield is your heart. Win there, and the world itself must surrender before you. Discipline is not glamour. Discipline is not shouting slogans. Discipline is the Prophet standing in night prayer until his feet cracked and bled. When asked, Ya Rasulallah, why do this when your past and future sins are forgiven? He answered, should I not be a grateful servant? Sahih al-Bukhari. He was the best of creation, the most beloved to Allah, yet he rose before dawn. He bowed until his back ached. He wept until his beard was wet. Not because he needed Allah, but because he loved Allah. If the best of creation could not abandon discipline, who are we to think comfort is our right? Who are we to imagine ease will carry us to greatness? The Sahaba understood this. When Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu led the Ummah, his body withered from fasting and prayer. When Umar radiyallahu anhu ruled the world, he slept on rough straw mats that scarred his back. When Ali radiyallahu anhu faced the enemy, his discipline was sharper than his sword. Discipline is what separates those who say, I believe, from those who live, I believe. There is a patience that is easy when the trial is light, and there is a patience that shakes the heavens when everything is stripped away. Ayyub alayhi salam lost his health, his wealth, his children, his body decayed until worms crawled through his flesh. His closest companions abandoned him, yet he only said, indeed, adversity has touched me, and you are the most merciful of the merciful. Quran 21:83. No bitterness, no complaints, only faith wrapped in the softest cry to his Lord. And Allah, the most loving, answered. He restored his health, his family, his fortune. Because patience carves the soul into a vessel large enough to carry the miracles of Allah. When the world collapses, do not cry out against Allah. Cry out to Allah. Patience is not passivity. Patience is power under control. It is the lion of the heart choosing to bow only to its Lord. When the sea stood before them and Pharaoh's army rumbled behind, the people panicked. We will surely be overtaken, they cried. But Musa alayhi salam stood firm. He did not wait for an angel to descend. He did not collapse in despair. He moved. He struck the sea with his staff before the path appeared. He acted before the miracle came, and then, only then, did Allah split the sea in two. Allah tests you at the moment when action feels most hopeless. He waits until your legs tremble, your breath breaks, your strength fails, and still He demands, move, strive, act. Faith is not only in your heart, faith is written by your hands, faith is proven by your steps. Faith is forged in action when the path is invisible. When Maryam alayhi salam bore the pain of childbirth alone under a palm tree, she cried out, oh, I wish I had died before this and was in oblivion, forgotten. Quran 19:23. Yet even in that moment of crushing pain, Allah did not tell her, lie there and wait. He said, shake toward you the trunk of the palm tree. It will drop upon you ripe, fresh dates. Quran 19:25. Even at her weakest, Allah commanded action. Even when the command seemed impossible, He expected movement. And when she obeyed, despite her exhaustion, despite her heartbreak, sustenance fell into her hands. Du'a alone is not enough. Action alone is not enough. It is the marriage of du'a plus action plus tawakkul that unlocks Allah's help. Raise your hands and beg like Maryam, then shake the tree of your life with every ounce of strength you have left. When the Prophet walked to Ta'if, he walked for miles through burning desert. He carried the message of Allah to the leaders there, and they mocked him. They ordered their slaves and children to stone him until his sandals filled with blood. And yet, when the angel of the mountains came to him and offered to crush Ta'if between two mountains, the Prophet refused. He said, "I hope that Allah will bring forth from their descendants people who will worship Allah alone." Sahih al-Bukhari. His body was broken. His heart was bleeding, yet his soul was full of gratitude, hope, mercy. This is resilience. This is shukr under fire. This is gratitude when the world only offers you scars. And from his blood and pain, from his sabre and gratitude, came generations upon generations of believers. Your resilience today births victories you may never live to see. Your enemy is not the hardship. Your enemy is the voice that tells you Allah has abandoned you. Your enemy is the voice that whispers, it's easier to give up. The Ummah was not built by those who found things easy. The Ummah was built by those who fought to the last breath, who stayed loyal to Allah when loyalty cost them everything. Yasir and Sumayya radiyallahu anhuma were tortured to death under the burning sun for saying, La ilaha illa Allah. Their reward was not in dunya, their victory was not seen by their eyes. But Allah recorded their blood as banners in Jannah. Your struggles are not wasted, your scars are not forgotten. Every tear is recorded. Every dua is answered. If not now, then when you need it most. Allah is Al-Basir, He sees. Allah is As-Sami, He hears. Allah is Al-Khabir, He knows. You are never alone. You were not created to crawl through life in fear. You were not created to bow before dunya. You were created to walk boldly into the storm, to roar your du'as into the night sky, to stand unbreakable while the world falls apart. Because you trust not yourself, but Allah. Burn your boats, burn your false hopes, burn your fears, burn every excuse that ever tried to chain you. There is no way back. Only forward, only Allah. Only the one who never fails, never forgets, never abandons. Raise your head high, believer. You are the descendant of warriors of Iman. You are the dream of your ancestors' du'as. You are the answer to prayers spoken in caves and deserts and blood-stained fields. Do not live small. Do not bow to the fear that killed the dreams of millions. You were created for the final day. You were created for the scale and the book and the bridge finer than a hair. You were created for the gardens that no eye has seen, no ear has heard, and no heart has imagined. You were created to burn your boats and walk into eternity with Allah alone as your guide. Today is your day. This moment is your call. Answer it with action. Answer it with sabr. Answer it with du'a and discipline and shukr and trust. And when you fall, and you will fall, rise faster, rise fiercer, rise faithful. Because Allah is watching. Because Allah is waiting. Because Allah, the source of all strength, is closer to you than your jugular vein. And with Allah, you cannot lose.